was your above and beyond comic of July, Seth?
Well, I feel like this episode is a time for end.
A lot of closure in July.
Closure.
I think
to the end of the Hawkeye?
masses. Yeah.
I think Princess Leia ended too. Oh well. Oh well. Try harder, Mark Wade.
You really hating on that one.
I just didn't. Everybody's giving it all this praise, and
I feel like it's just
I
I'm a
thought
hater.
Princess Leia was over.
It is over. It ended this month.
I thought it ended earlier.
No.
Maybe it ended in June. Who
You're
cares?
hating on it.
I just don't. I'm only throwing it back to try harder, Mark Wade, because we were saying that earlier.
Yeah, that
Because
was
he's always a bridesmaid, never the bride. But
my favorite comic of July was the end of another great book. It was Hawkeye number 22 by Matt Fraction and what's his name?
David Aha.
David.
Or Aja, but I think it's
I think it's
Aha.
art by David Aha. And
Such good art too.
yeah, I mean,
Not to interrupt.
I don't know how much more I can say about this comic that anyone else hasn't said. I think it's probably the most critically acclaimed book of the last maybe 2 years, at least superhero book.
Superhero book, yeah.
Just some specific things about this single issue that I really loved. Just all the great callbacks. You get a callback to that issue where he's filing through all his specialty arrows. You get a callback to the issue where Clint is helping his neighbors figure out how to connect their
Television.
video game or something.
Whatever.
Television. You get a good callback to the issue where he loses his hearing, and we have a lot of sign language. So it just calls back all these great issues that we remember through this amazing run of 22 comics. The villain of this arc and run is a clown. He reminds me of my favorite Seinfeld character, Crazy Joe Davola. So that was a plus. And I think this issue just highlighted all the best things about this Hawkeye run. Is it's normalizing this superhero character. It's localizing him into this one building, and he's fighting for his neighbors. He's fighting to keep his building, to keep these people living where they've grown up and settled. And it's not dealing with Hydra and supernatural and supervillains as much, but yeah, it just makes Clint Barton and Kate Bishop human beings that we can relate to so easily, while also being super funny and super heartbreaking, and it's just a great story, and their relationship really builds through this run. One of the best things about this book that I found is just the physicality of it. I feel like all of the action and fight scenes are really well plotted and storyboarded out, so it's not hard to follow what's happening. Like the detail kind of fades away, and we're left with silhouettes just kind of shadow boxing for a lot of it in this issue that I really, really loved. And the ending was just so like perfect. The scuffle ends, and you get 5 or 6 pages of just tying up loose ends, and then you get this 2 pages of this cinematic sign off by the two Hawkeyes just coming together and shooting a bow and arrow into like
the
a
credits.
bullseye. Yeah, just and the credits come. It's like the end to a great movie. I don't know if I'll ever love a superhero book quite like this. It's so eye-opening for me. It was kind of a reason why I jumped back into the big DC Marvel stuff again, just from the possibility of this book. And I think that's true for a lot of people. I think it's kind of been a revolutionary, and kind of the last thing I want to hit on is just this comic kind of ushers in this era that we're in of like normalizing superheroes and making it less about good versus evil and supernatural and things like that. And it really gets to the point of like anyone can be a hero. The biggest fights are the ones that are important to single people's lives, ones that we can relate to in day to day. And books that Marvel's putting out like this, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk was like this. I think it's kind of a new era in that sense, and those are the superhero comics that I am excited about. And then DC's kind of following suit with a lot of the Batman books that are coming out, Batgirl and Gotham Academy and stuff like that.
To piggyback on what you said, one of the themes of Hawkeye, the entire 22 issues, is that he is probably the only normal dude Avenger, and her, and Kate Bishop too. They are normal humans who are good archers. But it's kind of cool because we're taking a look at an actual Avenger, and the world isn't necessarily at risk, but his world is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't steal my line, you jerk.
I think you said it at the same
That's a good
time.
line.
It's cool.
I know. I've been saving it this whole time. Anyway, it's great. And I love
Say it
David.
again.
No,
You deserve it. That was a good line.
I know, but we
You
we
deserve
finally synced up. Also, David Aha's art is just,
Fantastic.
it's so good.
He had
Sparse.
A taxi driver reference in this. That was awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. Great
That's
issue,
all I have to
great
say.
run. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
No, we didn't read it. He's just judging the cover.